For those of you who may not have heard, Google have recently launched a new campaign type. It's called a Performance Max campaign, which sounds really exciting and something you should be doing, but should you be doing it? Well, let's understand a little bit more about this new campaign type. Well, what is a Performance Max campaign? It is a new campaign type that allows advertisers to leverage every single ad placement option on Google's ad network at once. Now, what I mean by that is when you think of Google Ads campaigns, you think of search, for example, where you will show on the search results page, and also on some search partners if you tick the box for search partners. So it's very much text ads and search focused. If you think about the display network, you think of banner advertising and images and dynamic retargeting, where you're advertising products people have viewed or just images and banners across the display network, maybe even video as well. You see that as the display network. I've covered before on the channel previously about discovery campaigns, which are on the discovery pane within your smartphone on an Android device and also on a few other places as well. You've got Gmail ads as well, so all of these different types of advertising options, you think of them as setting up a campaign. What Performance Max campaign does is it basically allows you to show on all of these inventory areas any given time during any auction based on your objectives. So when you spend your budget, you might have a portion going to search, a portion on Gmail ads, a portion on kind of this typical discovery placements, a portion on YouTube. So all of your ads will be showing across all of the Google Ads inventory, which gives you a ton of reach. But is that a good thing? Before I tell you whether or not this is a good campaign type to use, if you're not seeing this campaign type in your account, it either hasn't been rolled out to you yet, or more than likely it's because you haven't got a Merchant Center feed connected to your account, because one of the main advertising options in a Performance Max campaign is using your shopping feed in order to serve adverts relevant to the user based on their intent, their searches, their behavior, so using that feed to create ads to people. So that could be potentially why you're not seeing it in your account. Setting up a Performance Max campaign is really easy because all you need to do is give Google the budget you wish to spend per day, choose a bidding strategy between maximizing conversions or maximizing conversion value, choose whether you want to put a target CPA or target ROAS, return on advertising spend, in place as a restriction within that objective for your bidding. And then once you've done that, it's just a case of building out the creative. Now, the ads are going to be very different to text ads because, of course, with a text ad, you're literally writing headlines and descriptions for search because, of course, on search, only text is showing, apart from if you're using image extensions, which, funnily enough, I'm covering in this very video. So, in addition to that, you also have to upload media as well because when you're using a Performance Max campaign, as I said, you're not just showing on the search results page, you're also showing in Gmail, you're also showing on the discovery pane, you're also showing on YouTube, you're showing across the entire display network. There are a bunch of places your ads are going to show across the entire portfolio of Google's offerings. So you need to account for all of those. You have to upload videos, you have to upload images, you have to upload variations of long and short headlines, of descriptions, of logos with different, I suppose, ratios and sizes, whether they're square images or rectangular images. So there are a ton of formats to upload that you need to take into consideration in order to make sure you maximize the coverage, because the less options you give Google in this area, if you don't utilize everything, then the less options you'll have to show, which kind of means you're wasting the point of this entire campaign type, which is to get full coverage across Google. Oh, and because the adverts also show on the Google search network, you have the option to create a few different types of ad extension as well. You can use site links, you can use call out extensions, and you can use call extensions as well. So those three extensions are covered in this campaign type, but no sign of structured snippets or anything like that, or lead form extensions, so you'd be at a marked disadvantage on the search network compared to a pure search campaign. But the question, I suppose, is, should you consider this campaign type? Well, my answer is it depends. If you're an advertiser who has a very strict budget, who's starting out, who's building a business, who needs their money on ads to return very quickly and very suddenly and to make sure they can reinvest into their business, I would say avoid this campaign type. Focus on the higher return search campaigns with a good target CPA or target ROAS in place, or a shopping campaign, whether it's smart shopping or manually managed CPC shopping. either way, those campaign types are going to deliver more of a return for your money. When it comes to branding and reach and reaching more people, when you think of the marketing funnel and pushing your ads out to people who currently aren't in the market looking right now, but could be customers in the future, this campaign type could be quite useful because it allows you to reach far and wide for a lot less money than it would be for a direct return search campaign. So if you have budget to go beyond search, if you're running successful search campaigns already, it might be a good option for you. You might actually do quite well out of this campaign type because we know Google have been working on their smart bidding. I know for the first time ever I was getting great results from smart shopping campaigns, so I was an advocate for them in a previous video, whereas in previous videos I've had mixed results from smart bidding, so I know things are improving. So I would give Google a chance with this campaign type if you can afford to test it. If you need it, as I say, if you need a direct return, don't necessarily test it, but if you have a budget to test things like this in new areas you might have thought to put the budget to something else, give this campaign type a try, because the idea is Google will automatically optimize bids at the time of auction based on the intent of the user and likelihood of conversion using that smart bidding, so it should make your budget work really hard. But time will tell. I'm going to test this campaign type and I will report back with the results I'm getting from this campaign type, because I don't know what to expect, and it's a new scenario, I suppose, so it'll be interesting to see what the results are like. But I have one more thing to say to you, and it's a word of warning. Now, I've covered on the channel before how Google sees the landscape of digital marketing. It's difficult to get advertisers onto Google Ads because it's a difficult platform to use. They try automation, they try simplifying things with different campaign types to ensure new advertisers aren't overwhelmed by a system when it comes to keyword match types and kind of things like call out extensions, other ad extensions, and all the options and all the optimizations. So this campaign type is very straightforward. As long as you have the media and you can write content for your ads and choose a target in terms of ROAS or in terms of conversions, then you're pretty much good to go, which leads me to believe that this campaign type will become the main campaign type in Google Ads. I'm sorry to scare you if you're very much optimizing search campaigns like I am. Genuinely, I think Google Note automation is the future, and it wouldn't surprise me if they push this campaign type massively. And I mean really push it. I mean making this the default go-to when setting up a campaign, maybe making it the first one in the list for a start. All of these things I'm expecting within the next year from Google, because if this campaign type works, which to some advertisers it might, to others it might not, then it makes life very easy for Google, because more advertisers with less of a learning curve can come onto the platform. But for advertisers like you and me, who are probably a bit more advanced than most advertisers who are new to the system, maybe some of you are new, if you are, welcome. And for advertisers with a bit more experience, we want control over keywords, we want control over all of the different areas of the campaign where we can pull these levers and optimize different parts to get good results. But I have a feeling all of that in the near future could go. I think this is a big gambit from Google. I think this is going to be their new port of call, their new way of doing things, and it'll be really interesting in time to see what they do with this campaign type. But let me know in the comments, have you tested a Performance Max campaign? Is it something you consider? Is it something you think will work for you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I reply to pretty much every comment on all videos going out, so hit me up down below.